video. Hello, at last. Oh, I can take this off in a second. Hello, everybody. Oh, wow, we've had some problems. I'm just going to share this video with Reedy. Yeah, what do I do? Share. Bear with us, guys. We've got a little technical thing. Right, let's just move this. Hello, whoever's there. Thank you very much for joining. I can take this off now. Although I'll just introduce Lizzie first because she's here. She's gonna. This is my bubble business thingy person, love of my life in business. Yeah, Lizzie from Peachy Digital, and she's gonna hopefully do all the techie stuff and get your messages to me. Apologies for starting live. We had gremlins, and we're now doing this on my phone. So. Fingers crossed that is going to work. So I'm going to have to move things up and down so you can see. So what can I say? It's just one of those things. Good morning, Booths. We're doing this in partnership with Booths, Foodie Book Club. Can you see this? I still love these. And this. And do you not think this looks a bit like a bra? I do. Hi, Christina. Lizzie's going to read out names and stuff because I can't multitask, as you know. You know, I have problems just... remembering my own name. So we're doing this in partnership with Booths, Aware Foodie Book Club, and Lee in the Sweet Life. We've got 3 recipes for you, so there's a lot going on today. And if I can remember in which order they go, that'd be great. Let me tell you about Foodie Book Club as we go along, because if you're not a member, please, please, please. Hi, Lauren. What does that say? Bring them on camera, Lauren. What does that say? Can you check this out, please? Something about bring them on camera. Do I just ignore that? Yes. Okay, sorry. See, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, so first of all, we're going to start with a whole garlic roast chicken with orange and bacon. If you've got any questions, hi Colin. If you've got any questions, just post them and Lizzie will get them to me. Not just about food, about anything. Part of what Foodie Book Club is about is looking after the well-being of our members. So if you've got any, I mean, I'm having a bit of a problem at the moment because lack of sun, and Lizzie's just taking a deep breath. So,
sorry.
And I've got what I call my magic lights. I've got one of these sun lights which I have on all the time. I'm in County Durham, so grey is the colour in County Durham. So is anybody else struggling with daylight and being locked up and everything? Please let us know and reach out to people and let's have a chat about it if you want. Hi Anne, Carol. If I don't say everybody's name, I apologise. So Lizzie's going to send me stuff because behind here we've got trays of all my prep stuff and I'm bound to forget something. So, you know, that's just life. So we're going to start off with whole roast chicken with orange and bacon. So Lizzie, could you pass me that tray with all the stuff on? Please, and please speak because
there you go.
Oh, thank you.
I am a real person.
She is a real person.
Garlic as well.
I do need the garlic. Anything that was on that tray, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have. First of all, I have got a morning. I have got a separate board for meat. So if anybody knows anything about anything, then obviously salmonella, not a good thing.
That's avoided.
Do you know what? I was just going to tell a story there about that, and then I thought, no, I'm cooking, so I won't, because that's not very pleasant, is it? So that's the thing. Can I move this down, Lizzie? Is there any way I can, if I move this that way, would that make it? No. Oh. Oh. Hold on.
Definitely live, folks.
Sorry about this. Turn it. Oh. No. Tell me what is better and what is not better, because I'm trying to get you guys to see what I'm cooking, but I may just have to talk to you. Anyway, all right then.
Morning, Brenda from County Durham.
Hi, Brenda, and I've just turned this the wrong way and I can't do anything with it now, Lizzie. Can you turn this back? Yeah, get your thing on. So now people are seeing the screen. Oh,
what have you done?
God, I don't know. Oh, my Lord.
What have you done?
I don't know.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. See, this is ridiculous. This is why I cook for a living. Lauren's going to kill me. Lauren, Gemma, sorry. Anyway, right, so it didn't work. So I have got a chicken here. All of these are supplied by Booths, which have got fantastic shops all over the country. And the reason we like to work with Booths and the reason Foodie Book Club and me are in partnership with Booths is because they support, she's laughing, don't put me on, because they support independent businesses, and a lot of the suppliers are indies and smaller and things like that. So this is a medium-sized chicken. I have washed it. I have patted it dry, and I just put it back in there for convenience. So that's the first thing. I don't know why I got this, because I'm not going to chop any meat on here. But I just thought, you know, somebody out there go, oh, don't do this. So I've just put it in a tin. Now, we've got one cooking, because I wanted to do that whole, you know, Blue Peter thing, where it comes out the oven. And, you know, so that's good. But I'm just going to show you this, and I can't put this in the oven, because if I do that, Lizzie, I won't have any room for the other things. So this
we
is...
definitely need the other things.
Yeah.
So you're cooking that later for dinner,
Yeah,
aren't
I
you?
am,
So.
from Mr. G, the lovely Mr. G. So literally all it is a chicken, right? Some garlic. Let me just... Now, have you seen these fabulous garlics?
They're huge,
They are
aren't they?
huge. Don't be afraid of garlic in this recipe, all right? This... I love garlic, it's good for health and all that sort of stuff, but equally it tastes blooming gorgeous. And when you roast garlic in any form, whether you roast it in kitchen foil or anything like that, it becomes all creamy and it tastes completely different. Oh, thank you, Lauren, for being so understanding. Angle is perfect. Oh, thank you, because you know I don't do this. So I'm just going to put all of this bulb of garlic in this chicken, all right? So this is going to be taking me a while. So I'm hoping Lizzie can tell me what's going on with questions and things while we're doing this.
Yeah, as they come up, I will read them out, don't you?
Okay. So I've got a tip about peeling garlic. I've got several tips about peeling garlic. Oh, and anyway, you know what? On my Instagram page, on Lena's Sweet Life Instagram page, on a Tuesday, I have this thing called Tuesday Tips, okay? And then... so if anybody's got any tips about food or anything to do with kitchen, let me know, because I'm running out of blooming ideas, and quite frankly.
Ooh, so there's lots of snow in Lancashire.
Oh.
And then Kath says, do you have to wash the chicken? Because she thought it was more likely to spread. I think she's got cut off at the end there, but
Yes. You're right. When I say wash it, I apologise. I should be very specific. I just gave it a wipe with a wet cloth, with a wet kitchen towel. Kitchen paper?
Yes.
Yeah, kitchen paper. I wet a kitchen paper and I just wiped over the top and then threw that away and scrubbed my hands and all that sort of thing. I didn't run it under hot water or anything like that. You're quite right, because splashes and everything, it will spread. But I just wanted to make sure that those people out there who are very concerned with stuff like that would be quite rightly too. So thank you for that question. And also, if anybody's got a question that I don't know, and that's quite likely, right? Just, you know, we'll find out, and I'll post it on tomorrow. These recipes are on this booth's website.
They're on the event.
They're on the event, and they are now. I spent yesterday putting them on leeandthesweetlife.com, the recipe and blogs page, along with a few pictures from when I was R&Ding this. So they're all on there.
Smells amazing.
I love garlic. So yeah, a couple of tips about garlic peeling, because it is it's a fiddly pain, isn't it? Right. So the first thing you do is just put that like that and hit it, and then it will all open. That's the first thing. But you see these bits here. If you cut the root piece off first, right, and then give it a tap like all the chefs show you, it should make it a little bit easier to peel rather than the other end. And I've just got a bowl here, so we put all the bits in. And if my dog was here, Ellie. Oh, Ellie.
She's gorgeous.
She is gorgeous. She would be, for the next one of the recipes, we've got sprouts, and that's her favourite tipple. So I'm going to use one garlic. If you like more garlic, please put more garlic in it. I'm also going to shove a couple of these garlics up the chicken's bottom. I know, what can I say? That's just how it goes.
That's it. It's not often I actually stuff the cavity of a bird.
No.
I once put an orange inside a chicken, and then it just disappeared.
I'm sorry.
It was just gone. When it
Oh,
came
so
out
it's
of the
bottom.
oven.
Oh.
Up a chicken's bottom.
Oh yeah, jeez.
And when it came out of the oven, there
was
was
like-
nothing.
No,
It did taste orangey, but
Yeah.
it was not a taste.
well, what is nice about having citrus with meat and fish is it tenderises it. So that's that's what we're hoping to do with this. And also, this makes a fabulous sauce. You know. So I've just got 2 oranges. Okay, I've zested one of them, juiced one of them, and I'm just going to pour this over the top of the chicken. I'll show you this, including in all these little bits that come out. Please use them. That's flavour. That is flavour. Do not waste. If anybody knows me, don't mention the word food waste. Oh God, please. I cannot bear it. So don't waste all that.
So they're going to caramelise, aren't they, on top of the chicken?
Oh, it's going to go uber tasty, and all of that is going to go. Caramelised is another word for burnt, isn't it? When in my youth, if anything was caramelised, it was called burnt. But now we call it caramelised.
But it should still taste good.
Oh, it tastes fabulous.
It shouldn't be charcoal.
Yeah. No, not chocolate. But that my treat when my mum used to make roast, she used to. I'm going to just give that a squeeze because, you know.
I'm very excited for this.
Oh yeah, you're taking this home, aren't you? She used to. There used to be a fight, you know, when she used to cook pork or lamb for that little bit at the bottom. We used to get some bread in there.
I like it with beef as well.
Oh God, yeah.
I used a dish to make the gravy. Like deglaze it and then
gosh,
the gravy.
I've got a cloth here.
You're so professional.
I don't know, it's like I know what I'm doing, isn't it? Okay, and then we've got some fantastic, these are smoked lardons, the home of British charcuterie by Woodall's, again from Booze. And I'm putting a couple of these in. Now, if you don't like bacon, that's fine, you know. You can use something stronger, like, what's that sausage that people are into right now?
Chorizo?
Yeah, chorizo. I personally wouldn't, because I don't want the chorizo to take over the flavour of the chicken. And these, even though it's smoked, can you see that? It's dead easy. Even though that's smoked, it is going to just add to the flavour. Remember, it's about the sauce as well as the chicken. Lots of pepper on the skin of the chicken. And I say lots, I mean a lot of pepper on the skin of the chicken. I'll just put pepper on, shall I?
Wow.
Yeah. And what am I going to put on now?
Oh,
Salt.
Molten salt.
Molten salt. And I need to show you this, right? I've kept these. I showed Lizzie when she arrived. I've kept this. I hope you can see this. Can you see that? That is molten salt. Now, go to my website. I've got a whole thing on molten salt. Other salts available, obviously, but it's made differently, so you get big pieces like this. It's got no horrible stuff in it, and I'm putting lots, and it's flavour rather than bitter. So I'm putting a lot of that in, which it does look a lot because we have bacon, but it's the flavour. I know.
I just sat and like, bacon.
I know. Okay, so that's basically what it is. And now I'm going to cover that in foil. And I would put it in the oven, but we have one in the oven. Okay. I've also got a little bit of a tip for you with the foil. I don't know about you, but sometimes when that's noisy, isn't it?
It's very noisy.
Sometimes when I'm putting things around stuff, of foil, do you have this thing, Lizzie? It's like difficult to tuck things in, because this middle bit flies up. Right. Oh, that'll be fun. So literally, just put that there, put your tea towel on top of it, and that stops it from flying up in the middle. It's like magic.
How have I never...
I know, it's ridiculously easy, right?
Top tip Tuesday.
Oh?
Top tip Tuesday.
Top tip Tuesday, why didn't I put this one, you see? So that's it. Now that's going to go in the oven, although it's not. But normally this will go in the oven for an hour, and it's a medium chicken, so obviously check the packaging for about cooking times and things like that. And also, each oven is different, so please adjust accordingly, and it has to be, you know, cooked all the way through. But I'm going to cook this for an hour with the foil on, and then I'm going to take the foil off to brown up the chicken so that it goes nice and crispy. That's the theory. That's if this foil doesn't stick to it. If that, we'll just have to go on plan B. Okay, so that's that first one. Okay, so can I just pop that over there? Thank you.
So there is nothing better than the smell of a roast chicken when you come into the house.
Do I need to go down the roast chicken line?
Well, no.
I mean, if you don't know me, I have a theory that everybody should have a roast chicken in their fridge, cooked, of course, because you can do so many things. On the website, there's a page, I think I decided to, for some stupid reason, to try and see how many recipes I could make with one chicken. I think I got 6,
Yes.
which fed us for me and Mr. G for obviously 6 meals, and not stupid meals either, really nice meals. Okay, so that's the first one. I'm just going to empty this into recycling and stuff. Right, so that's the first one. Okay, I'm going to leave that with you, Lizzie, please, if you wouldn't mind. Put that on the tray, put that over there. Plan B. Now this is where it gets noisy. All right, so if you could bring, yes, you knew, and can I have the other tray? So this, it is heavy, okay, it is a heavy one, but it's my baby. This is a Cuisinart, so Cuisinart are out there, please, I love you, give me things. No, we're gonna make second recipe. This is a heavy tray, so, oh, let me get help.
You just grab the foil,
There we go. Mainly because it's got, oh,
Hey up.
it's still there. Okay, mainly because it's got this rolling pin on. Yes, no, I don't want that just yet. And also some gin, which is absolutely gorgeous. Now, where have I put put the paperwork for this? Thank you. Okay. Okay, so this is rhubarb pistachio honey galette with orange and gin gluten-free pastry. That's a mouthful. Do you know when I'm thinking up names of this, I never know whether to put something really funky on as the title. Thank you, if that helps. Really funky is the title, or just put down what it is. Do you, guys, here's a question to help me out. When you're reading a recipe, do you prefer to have literally what it is in the title, like this one, rhubarb pistachio honey galette with orange and gin gluten-free pastry, or would you like a funky name like, you know, I don't know, orange zing or something like that? I like to know without having to read absolutely the whole recipe what I'm getting, but that's just me. Right, now this is a bit more complicated. And by that I mean it's really not that complicated, it's just, you know, what it is. So first of all, I'm going to make gluten-free pastry with gin. Now because orange is the sort of theme, I've gone out and bought, say what it is. Keith said, yeah, exactly, I think that too. Thank you, Keith, you see? So I'll keep doing that unless anybody else has got a different opinion, and I shall take that on board. So I have got this gin, which is blood orange. I'm not going to show the name of this because it's a big brand, but you can use any gin you want. I cook with gin in pastry a lot. Why? I hear Lizzie ask. Why? She didn't actually. I should have said cuda, but she didn't. Well, because actually in pastry, gin or vodka, some people use vodka, it makes the pastry really short.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. And also it adds a bit more flavour, and we're all about flavour and things like that. I'm just watching that timer there for the chicken that's already in. So it does make it really short. Don't be bothered about the alcohol, you know, it is just, it'll burn off. Right, so we're going to start with making the pastry. And now I made some yesterday, and that's been sitting in the fridge, and it's been out for about half an hour. Okay, but I'm going to show you some more now. So scales, this is the easiest pastry in the whole wide world. Gluten-free, I'm just dropping everything. Gluten-free flour. Do you know what I did forget? I did forget a bowl to weigh this. Talk amongst yourselves. So let's switch this on and switch this off again. Now quite a lot of pastry. This is going to make about 8 galettes. Well, it can make as many as you want, but 8 is going to be nice and nice size ones. So I'm going to put in 560 grams ish, and as you probably have guessed, I haven't got a big enough bowl. Oh, I have. Oh, look at that. Oh,
I like these enamel bowls.
I know, they're really old. I think my mum gave me these enamel bowls, yeah. If you don't want to make it gluten-free, just use plain flour. But I have to say, it doesn't make any difference to the taste. I think sometimes with gluten-free, oh, you're gluten-free? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so tell me, sometimes with gluten-free products have this powdery...
Yeah, it's the texture. And obviously I know we've had discussions, and you're going to mention this in a minute.
I am.
But gluten-free cake, typically, I've always found to be absolutely vile and gritty. But obviously you've since given me some tips, as has the wonderful Jane Devonshire.
Jane, has anybody, I hope Jane's watching, Jane's Devonshire, was it 2016 MasterChef champion?
So, yeah.
She's gluten-free, she's got a couple of books out. If you're gluten-free, honestly, fabulous.
Even if you're not.
Well, actually, she's not gluten-free, her daughter's gluten-free.
Son,
thank
yes.
you. See?
But no, I've made quite a lot of the recipes from her book.
Right.
And they are brilliant, and the other members of my family who are not gluten-free have all said, can't tell.
Yeah.
It tastes like human food, my 6-year-old said.
Well, I don't know what it is. I think there's a lot of. I'm just weighing out 100 grams of. I've got golden caster sugar here, but because our recipes are friendly, that means you can replace them with. You can have caster sugar, or you could have granulated sugar, but it just breaks down slower. So that's in there. Now we're gonna. Here comes the nice thing. Where's that? Mr. G, I need a bigger kitchen. He's just built me this kitchen. Okay, can I move this over there and have that there? Yeah, I think so. So I'm going to put the zest of 2 oranges into this thing. At the moment we've just got flour and sugar in there. What's the worst thing you've ever made gluten-free wise? I mean, or the most difficult for someone who's gluten-free?
I think the most difficult thing is things like puff pastry. And because the shortcut is quite simple.
Yeah, it is.
But I am a very lazy chef, and I always buy puff pastry, but I can't find gluten-free anywhere.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, not that I found. If somebody can point me in that direction, that'd be super.
Does anybody know any good gluten-free puff pastry? Shop bought? Let Lizzie know.
And then I found gravy very difficult, but Jane does have a great recipe for that, so
Okay.
that's good. But really, it's just simple things like we like to make. I know you've done it yourself. The wraps with the yogurt and the flour.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Mark and Shauna Freudenland did it the other night as well.
Mark and Shauna Freudenland, right? And I've said that wrong, I'm sure. They did for lockdown lunches, which is a Foodie Book Club thing. Look on Foodie Book Club YouTube channel, and they've done. Lots of chefs have, but they did this, and I'm just gonna kiss their feet when I see them because I'm a big fan. Yeah.
But yeah, so I tried to make the wrap with the yogurt and gluten-free flour.
Yeah.
But I had a substitute from the supermarket because it was during the first lockdown, and it was rice flour. Did not work.
No. No, it doesn't. And I know there's a lot of people who think that rice flour, and it does. It works in lots and lots of recipes. But you have to be specific about which recipes you're going to use it in. Just like everything else. I mean, like sometimes you wouldn't use self-raising if you have, want plain. It's the same as that. So this is the magic stuff. Xanthium gum, okay? And what it does is just, because there's no gluten to hold everything together, I'm just trying to remind myself, I think there's 2. I'm going to put 2 teaspoons in this. There's no gluten in the gluten-free flour, obviously, which binds it together. So gluten will stop it being too crumbly. 2 teaspoons of that. And this is like the magic thing. So if you're baking, this is the thing to put in your brownies, your cakes and everything like that. It's awesome, and all the top chefs use it. Now, I want to talk about baking powder as well, okay? So most people who do gluten-free baking will have this, which is great. And I have that in my cupboard, but I also have this in my cupboard, and like other ones available, so please don't get, But I think people don't realise that this one, showing you, can you see it on the bottom there? What does that say, Lizzie? Because I haven't got my glasses.
Also perfect for gluten-free baking.
Gluten-free baking. So this is quite expensive in comparison to this. And also it means that if you're baking for the family, you don't need to have separate ones, okay? So just saying, read the label. A lot more products now are, a lot more...
You okay there?
Yes.
It's like a Mensa
I haven't
puzzle.
got my glasses on. It's ridiculous. A lot more products now are diversifying into or including, watching their labels, and a lot of products, it's easy to take something out that isn't needed. That could be, bad for gluten intolerance. Okay, I'm going to put 1.5 teaspoons of this, and I'm guessing everybody knows how to measure a spoonful. So you get your heap, and then you literally just, if I was posh, I'd get a knife and do it, but you have to make it flat. Do you ever do that? Do the, time wasting thing? No, I don't either.
Fingers came first.
Fingers good. So we've got in there, right? We've got flour, sugar, orange zest. We've got xanthan gum, and we've got some baking powder. And I'm just going over here because I wanted it to be cold, so I left it in the fridge, guys. So we have got some fabulous salted butter. Do I need to go on why I use salted butter?
A taste of something.
A taste of something, yeah. You'll find that a lot of recipes, this is personal choice. Do you use salted butter in your baking?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, a lot of recipes will say use unsalted butter and then add salt, which is fine, absolutely fine. My preference is I've never used anything but salted butter, no matter which brand I use. I'm just going to check the chicken, guys.
So I have to say, I find it really disappointing when you go to like a really lovely restaurant or a hotel or wherever, and you've got the butter and it's all prepared for you in a little curl, and it's unsalted. Because then you put that on your bread, and I have to put salt on it because it just tastes awful.
But that's
It's like greasy nothingness.
Can you see that?
That looks wonderful.
Can you see? Oh my goodness. Can you see that from here, guys? I'll bring it over in a second. Just going to give that a little stir. Now it's gone, for me, it's gone a little bit too, not enough juice. And I know if I'm going to put that back in the oven, then it's going to be a little bit too dry. So I'm going to put in just some more orange juice, just so we can get some more unctuous juice going on. Because the pan juices with this, I'm going to make broccoli. No, I'm not. I'm going to make sprouts. I'm thinking broccoli because I was thinking about what to give my lovely dog, actually, for a treat later. I'm going to make sprouts, and this chicken is going to go perfectly with that.
I love sprouts.
Yeah. So there's a lot of juice in there. Don't worry, it's going to make it really, really tender and gorgeous. Where will I put my cloth? That one will do. Okay. So then I'm going to put that back in the oven, because I know that's almost cooked, because actually I know I said I was going to leave it in for just an hour, but it's been in for an hour and 20 minutes, so it's almost done now, and I just want it to brown up. So before I do that, let me show you what this looks like now. Oh gosh, look at that.
It smells absolutely incredible.
Yeah. In my favourite pot too. So that's just going to go back in there for another, well, until it's brown, and then I'm going to take it out. And hopefully Lizzie won't let me forget that's in there. So I'm just going to set my alarm.
My stomach's rumbling already, so...
I'm just going to set it for 10 minutes and then I'll check it again, okay? So anyway, that's in there. So we've got all that stuff. Now I left the butter in the fridge because I wanted it cold. And I'm just cutting it up into bits. Nothing too precious, just that. And I'm going to put this lid on.
So this is where it's going to get noisy.
Yeah, apologies guys, it is going to get noisy. And I'm just going to feed this through the top. So cover your ears now. Just talk amongst yourselves. So is everybody feeling good? Is everybody feeling safe? It does look delicious. Lauren's on her phone. Oh, I'm reading the music because Lizzie's got a bit of delay on her, so now I'm just going to let that go. All right. Hello, and I'm just going to let me move that around just a bit because you might be able to see this a bit more. Can you see that? Yeah, I think so. I'm just going to just wipe down the sides because the butter will all sort of like mingle to the bottom. And what I'm looking, can you see that, Lizzie? How the colour of that?
It's lovely, isn't it? It's like quite goldeny, like a creamy golden colour.
Yeah, and that's just the orange zest. Okay. And then I'm going to let it go again. Noise again. Cover your ears.
foods have asked, have you got any tips for getting the garlic smell off your fingers?
No.
That was brutally honest.
Lemon juice is the thing I use if I've got some. I just rub it in. I've got an itchy nose. Yeah, I just wash my hands with soap, like antibacterial soap and lemon juice. But you know, if you've got the smell, it just stays on. You can buy these little things, can't you? These metal things. Yeah, I don't know if they work or not. So if anybody has got one and used it, then let me know, because I don't know how they work. But I think that sort of thing's a bit like saying, how do I stop my eyes watering when I'm peeling onion? You can't, right? They either do or they don't. That's one of my cats going in and going out. Right, now can you see that texture? It hasn't come together. It's still very, very fine breadcrumbs. And this is where we get to the good stuff. So because, again, orange theme, we're using orange gin. And you should start with just a couple of tablespoons. I'm going to just pour it in. So here we go. Noisy again.
I'll put my mouth between it.
Yeah. Can you smell that? Oh wow, I know. So that's going to add to the whole flavour of everything. And I'm just letting this run and run and run so that I don't put too much in. If you just keep pouring and then just stop whizzing it around, then you're not gonna know. So let it, see, it's starting to come together. I just want to have a look. I don't want it to be too soft. Yeah, it does look a bit weird when it's like this.
I can smell so much orange. It smells amazing.
It's going to be fantastic with the rhubarb, I tell you.
My favourite fruit.
Yes. This is forced Yorkshire rhubarb, and I've got so much to tell you. I've been reading about this.
I think I could be friends with Brenda. So Brenda said she just uses lots of garlic and then you can't smell it anymore.
Brenda, yes, I like you. But is it just me? I mean, there's nothing that works as far as I'm aware.
I don't think so. Bicarbonate of soda is meant to be good for neutralising smells, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you'd have to make a paste or something.
Yeah. Just give your partner and all your animals garlic, and they don't care, do they? So. Right, hold on. I just realised I was talking when I wasn't paying attention to my thing there, so I can see it's a little bit wet. I'm really aware that I don't want to put too much in, too much liquid, not too much gin, too much liquid. Right. So I put what I think is enough gin in there now. Let's not go too crazy. So what I'm going to do now is revert. Can I pass that to you, please? Put the straw away. I'm going to revert to some orange juice now.
Oh,
Yes.
that's boring.
I know. Some more noise. Hands up who's working from home. Yeah, we've all...
All of them. I'm homeschooling.
Oh, Lizzie, tell us about homeschooling, please.
Yeah.
Lizzie is homeschooling her kids.
Trying.
Trying.
Failing, to be honest.
Yeah. That's half an orange in there. It's starting to come together. It's still too crumbly for me, so we're going to go for the other half orange. Slowly is better with this, honestly. Okay, more noise. Because this goes from perfectly soft, just the way you like it, to, oh my gosh, I'm going to be having that in as a soup, you know? Okay, I think that's fine. Let me show you. So, literally, it just comes together like that. Okay? Such a mess.
I really wish it was smell-o-vision because it smells incredible.
It's the gin. Oh, I must tell you about this. This is I got in Croatia when I went on holiday with my sisters, who may be watching, may not, but it's a, you know. Who else is home? Oh, I thought, do you know, I looked at that, I thought, I'm sure that's coming from my site, but it's Lizzie typing. Oh my goodness sake, what am I like? Okay, so that's that. I'm gonna move chopping boards and everything for the moment. Can I give you this, Lizzie, just to pop over there? I will want it back though. Be careful with that knife, because it's a bit.
Yes, Mum.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that was a bit yes, mummy, wasn't it? Okay, I'm going to use some flour. What I'm going to do now is pop this in the fridge. You just need to let it sit and settle for 30 minutes. Ah, rest you need for 30 minutes. So, and what you'll be able to see, hopefully, technical stuff, what it's like. Oh, it all comes out.
I feel like I just got punched in the face by an orange. It smells amazing.
You see, it does have a lot of punch, this pastry, but when it's all cooked with everything else, it sort of evens itself out. And you know what, if you don't want to use a flavour in it, don't. Just use water. I'm just bringing that together. I'm not going to do anything other than just bring it together. Hopefully it comes together. I tell you, I've made pastry before, right, and thought I've got the right consistency and haven't. It can't be just me, can it? Okay, and then discovered that I haven't and had to put more liquid on while I'm on the work surface. Oh, you know, because I develop recipes for companies. Sometimes it doesn't work. This one does. Okay, so I'm just literally bringing that together. Then it's going to get wrapped in foil, and then it's going to sit in the fridge for 30 minutes. But like I said earlier, I have one like Blue Peter that I made earlier. Can you pop that back over there, please? Thank you. I feel like I'm bossing Lizzie around. It's awful.
I'm used to it.
She's got kids. Yeah, tell me about your homeschooling while I'm putting this together.
Oh, it's a challenge. I have to say, our local schools have been amazing. So I've got a child in secondary school and one in primary school. And they've obviously had to overnight turn what was going to be a normal term back at school into home learning. So they've just been amazing. So the oldest one, she's great. She just cracks on. The youngest one has absolutely no interest in school.
Really?
Well, she does love school, but she's got no interest in doing it at home. And you have to sit there with her, which, obviously, as you know, I run my own business, which is heavily focused on being on a computer, because marketing.
Can I just stop you? I saw a picture of you. Just pop that over there, please. I saw a picture of you. Well, it wasn't even you. It was one of your lovely. It was your youngest who had your kidnapped your computer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is great when you've got a press release that needs to go out, or you know, trying to speak to people. But hey, she's doing well.
So what is the worst subject? I mean, my kids are very, very old, so I don't know how that works now. Oh, look at that. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to give that another couple of minutes. So
I think the one I find hardest is maths. And I was blow my own trumpet. I was very good at maths at school, but they do things very differently now. Like the way that we were shown how to do long division and things like that, they don't do the same thing.
really,
So she's trying to do something and needs my help. I'm like, no idea what I'm looking at. So,
do you think this should be radical? Do you think this should be sort of like once a term have some adult classes just how to teach your child stuff?
in fairness, our school, like our primary school, does do something similar and explains the terms that they use and everything. But obviously, we're not going to do that because
I mean, but they could do it online with parents, just like they do with kids.
we could,
You know, just say, well, this week we're introducing such and such. I've just covered a tray with some non-stick parchment. That's what I've done while Lizzie's cooking. So I'll go and pop that over there. And, well, I'm not. Just anyway, because I'm going to need that in a minute. If here, seriously, I don't eat, it's like bomb, hit it. Honestly, it's ridiculous here. So now I'm going to roll out some of this pastry. And to make it, Lizzie has just very generously reminded me that I need the flour that I said. Oh, somebody wants to know what we're making.
Well, the name of the dish is very long, so you best reel that off. I can't remember everything in it.
Rhubarb, pistachio and honey galette with orange and gin gluten-free pastry. And the general consensus is that people, including myself, should just put what it is in the title. So that's just one of the recipes. We've also got in there, we've got a chicken which has got bacon, lots of garlic and orange juice, and that's going to come out very soon. And then we've got some sprout thing going to be happening in a minute. So this pastry's been out for about 30 minutes, a bit more now. And you can see I sort of made it into a sort of circle, trying to be posh, and you know. But an easy way to divvy up the portion wise is, rather than having to weigh it, because you know I'm at home, and it's just cut it, right? So I know I want about 8 portions, so just cut it into 8, right? If you want to make, and if you wanted to make one giant galette, do that as well. You know, you don't have to do individual portions. This actually, if you wanted right now, you could freeze this pastry. It's perfect. Just make sure it's defrosted totally when it comes out of the freezer before you use it. And if you do this, and here's another tip, and you like to make desserts, but you don't want to eat if there's just 2 of you, or you know, you don't want to include the kids in this because you think it's going to get them drunk, which it isn't, because alcohol burns off. Make this and just freeze these individually, so that you just double wrap them in cling film.
Kathleen's very excited by what you're making.
Just double wrap them in cling film, okay, and then put them into a bag, airtight bag, and put them in the freezer. Then you can just take 1 out, 2 out when you want them. So it's a...
Oh, that's such a good idea.
I know. So you just bulk it up. Okay, so this is coming out of the oven now, so hopefully it's done. This is where we get the fingers crossed. Oh!
Smells
Oh!
so
Wow. Oh! See, I was talking about this caramelized stuff. Oh my gosh. It's gorgeous. Right, I'm just going to give that a stir to show you. Can you hear a sizzle on the line, don't you think, or not?
good. I can hear it, but obviously it's here.
Okay, I'm going to show you that. And show you the sauce. I don't know because the sauce is on that side for some reason. Okay, can you see all that burnt, no caramelized stuff around the edges of this pot? It's fabulous, look at that. And that fabulous sauce. And it's not greasy or anything. I mean, if you get a good chicken, and you don't need to pay a lot for a good chicken, don't be, you know, bamboozled by the prices. I mean, there's lots of deals. I think Booze right now have got 3 of these for £10. Tell me if I'm wrong, Lauren, or put up there what sort of prices and things like that you've got for these chickens. But look at that. Can you see how thick and unctuous that sauce is? Ah.
Nearly lost the chicken.
Can you see it? It's just crazy good. So that's going to sit there for a moment because it's getting heavy and hot. Oven's still on. So let us know about your chickens, Lauren. Right, so a little bit of flour. Also, do you know what? There's something that people get a bit squiffy, I think, when it comes to baking. Because there's all this thing about, you know, it's a science and all this sort of thing. Well, you just see me do pastry. There's no science in that, was there? I mean, it's just about feeling, touching and seeing what it is. And how much liquid you want in there depends on your kitchen. I mean, at the moment, our kitchen's really hot in here.
It is.
It's really, really hot. So any liquid will evaporate. So I knew that I was going to need more liquid than the gin that was in the recipe. Yeah, does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I didn't know what I was going to use. Happened to have orange, and that was the theme. So don't let it bamboozle you. Okay, and with this, because it's a galette, it's supposed to be rustic. Too much flour. It's got to be rustic. I need to just do that again. It doesn't work first time. Do it again.
It's like pancakes, isn't it?
Oh.
Yeah, just thrown some at me.
Are they?
Yeah.
Nice. It's a somebody. If anybody knows the origin of it, then
It's French, isn't it?
yeah. Susan, we're trying to move the camera down. We've got a technical issue because we're. Oh, can you see that? Is that better, Susan? Let me know if that's better.
Oh.
That's what's happening, I'm afraid. Getting technical now. I'm putting something up there to stop it. Right. Tell me if that's a bit better. We've got a technical issue, so it's actually being broadcast on my phone, so it's a bit tricky to point things down. So apologies for that, but I will show you everything as we go. Right, so I'm rolling this out, not too thinly. Oh, can I have that tray back again, please?
Which one?
The one that's going to go in the oven. Thank you. I'll exchange you for that. Thank you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
So generous.
So this is it. Okay, you can see all the orange zest in there. It's fabulous. Thanks, Susan. Thanks for saying that, because I'm just working away and I have no idea if people can see it or not. But and that's so it's not perfect circle, and I don't want it to be a perfect circle. I just want it to be round. Okay, I'm only going to do a couple more. I'm not going to do lots and lots of them. What can you see?
Nothing. I'm just admiring all the orange zest in the pastry. It looks delicious.
It does.
Very exciting.
Can you smell?
Oh, it smells so good.
It smells of the gin, but it's not ginny. It's weird. You know, sometimes
Ginny.
I know. Sometimes I worry myself.
Like I said, we could probably argue that all these meals are definitely contributing to our 5 a day, and also vitamin C is great for warding off coughs and colds.
So you're saying orange gin is medical?
I mean,
You're willing to
I'm not
stand?
qualified to say as much.
You're willing to stand in front of a doctor?
No.
Oh dear. Okay, so I'm just going to roll 2 or 3 more out. It is, because it's gluten-free, and Lizzie will attest to this, if you're baking with gluten-free flour and stuff, it is a little bit more delicate.
Yeah.
Which is why I put the xanthan gum in it, but which will keep it together. But you know, I'm getting a couple of tears in this. All I'm doing is pushing them together. Don't worry about it. This, you know, that's what I said, it's a rustic thing, but you just have to be, when you're rolling out, a little bit careful, whereas normally you'd go, oh, this is done, and it would stretch.
Swing it round on the side.
Yeah, absolutely. The pastry would normally stretch if it was non-gluten free, but this one doesn't so much, so you have to just take a little bit more time when you're rolling it out. So not stretching it so much, more pushing it down.
See, Kathleen is another one that I could be friends with. I like you.
We got lots and lots of gin drinkers. Well, you know what? We have this thing, Foodie Book Club, which is, please go to the website leeandthesweetlife.com, and it is a book club with a difference that was started at the beginning of lockdown, the first lockdown, to support, I'm an ex-counsellor, an ex-therapist, here's another one. I'm just going to do one more. Otherwise, I'll have to get another tray out and blah, blah, blah. But like I say, you get 8 of them out of here. So it started at the beginning of lockdown to emotionally support some people I was still in touch with. And it's sort of grown and grown and grown. And it's free to everybody, and you don't need to have a group. You can just be a person and be your own group. But if you register on our website, leeandthesweetlife.com, we'll send you a welcome gift of a nice Foodie Book Club bookmark, which I think is fabulous.
I love them. I use them all the time.
Yeah. I got rid of all my books, and now got a reader, but I like the feel. I know it's weird.
Just put it inside the case.
Yeah. Do you know when you close it? I just like to see, because it's pretty, because it's got my favourite colours, which is like a mint and gold. Yeah, I like a gold. Yes. So yeah, so we send you that, and you get, every week you get access to, we send you a newsletter with the recipes, and we're just tweaking the newsletter, so it was a bit because we were just so keen to get it out, and now it's like ooh. But you get recipes, and you get discount codes from our Twitter hour. So that's the 4th one. Okay. So literally it's like this, right? I'm going to pop those over there. Over there. Right, let's clean this a little bit down. Can I give you that again, my lovely? Thank you.
Oh, yeah, that's heavy.
It is heavy.
Good morning.
Yeah. And lots of other things. And booths are in partnership with Foodie Book Club, and they support it. And it's like I said, for the emotional well-being, it supports all the foodie industry. We get loads of chefs, fabulous chefs, well-known fabulous chefs, and not so well-known fabulous chefs who come in and do lockdown lunches for us. That's a video, a lunch dish for nothing, okay, just so that we can shout about them and support them. We have independent businesses who give us discounts every week on our Twitter hour to send to groups, just so we can support the independent businesses. It's not something that Lizzie and I make money out of. It is just, yeah, I can read that. I'm sure Lizzie's going to pick up on that one. Yes, the links come in, but please just and we have each month there's a book that has I was going to say ingredient, but sometimes there's no ingredient. It's just that I fancy reading it. Okay. Each month there's a book that has an ingredient in the title. They're all fiction, no cheating and having a cookery book. And at the end of the month, the idea is that you make a dish using that ingredient. Make it up, sweet or savoury, it's up to you. And if you've got a group, then you get together via Zoom or Facebook. Lizzie's laughing, am I going on too much? I can talk forever. You get together on Facebook, Zoom, and share the food. If you're by yourself, you just connect with other people. You can post your recipes on our website. Lots and lots of things, okay? So, and it's growing and growing and growing. So I'm putting that over there. So now, let's me just move this down, wipe it down. And here we're gonna get to one of my favourite things, the rhubarb. The rhubarb, how are we doing for time, Lizzie?
It is just before 12 o'clock.
Okay, how much longer have we got?
Half an hour.
Okay, that's good, that's easy. I thought maybe, because I do talk a lot, as you probably know. And more questions, please, about Foodie Book Club, or Lizzie knows all about it, so she can answer them. So we've got this forced rhubarb. Okay. Now, I've obviously cut these up, but I just wanted to show you one not cut up. It is Yorkshire triangle. Do you know about the Yorkshire triangle, miss? Yorkshire triangle?
Yeah, it's like Sheffield and how the other places precisely, but...
Yeah, neither can I. And I read about it yesterday. It's only a 9-mile triangle, which is not that big. But it's rhubarb that is grown in the... Well, actually, it's grown outside first, okay? And then it's transferred in the dark so that all the carbohydrates can be made into sugar. I just amaze myself sometimes. Wikipedia's gorgeous, isn't it? So, and this is what it is. And it's... Do you know what? It is picked in the dark by candlelight.
Is it?
Is it? No, it is. See, I said is it, but Wikipedia said that. Lauren from Booze said that. And the reason it is because if the light gets to it, the sugars go or something. Please tell me I've got this wrong because I probably know I have. But anyway, I like the thought that it's picked in the dark by candlelight. That's just me. So what I'm going to do now, and Liz is going to kill me because I really need that chopping board back now. Oh,
Flex my gun.
everything is just so heavy as well in this house. I know.
No plastic in here, is there?
No. Oh, only for the meaty one. Okay. So this has literally had nothing on other than orange juice. So I'm just going to give that a wipe down. We want this to be fairly uniform, about this size. Okay, what size is that? Was that half an inch or was that? We do centimetres, don't we? I don't do centimetres.
I'd say that's probably about 2/3 of an inch, that, but...
Oh, there you go. So, and also it depends on how thick or how thin your rhubarb is. Because we want things to cook at more or less the same time. So if you've got a thin piece of rhubarb, obviously it's good and it's the same size as that, it would cook quicker. If you've got a thicker piece, it will cook less time, slower. So try and adjust your cooking. And again, look, I'm going on about this, right? But see, she says I'm right. Thank you, Kathleen. I'm going on about this, but it doesn't matter. Don't stop throwing things away if they're not the right size. It's just that, you know, it's nice to have a reason to do some things sometime. And also, I like to pretend I know what I'm doing. Okay. So
I'm not laughing, honest.
I know. She's laughing. Right. So, and then I've got some pistachios. I have got, in the recipe, it says that it's 200 grams.
It's now 197
grams. I have got actually a load of pistachios in here because so I know that half of them is about 200 grams. Because, and I'm just going to chop those really, really roughly. What I'm trying to do, the rhubarb is going to go soft, not squishy soft, hopefully. And if it does, who cares, right? But it's going to be softer, so you're going to get the bite of the pistachios. I'm splitting them. Okay, at the bottom. So you don't want it. Don't put it in a blender or food processor or anything like that because you just want to give it a wing. And if you can get unshelled ones, that's great. I spent a while last night on shelling these, and I've got a tip for that as well. But I forgot to keep one unshelled. So if you got your shell and then you get half a shell of the other one, instead of, you know, I don't know if you, but sometimes my nail hurts from opening pistachios. shove the half of the shell into the whole pistachio and give it a twist. And it breaks them apart, so it saves your nails, ladies.
It's like getting mussels out with an empty mussel shell,
Yeah. See, that just seems logical, doesn't it? I learned that. I lived in Belgium for a few years when the kids were very small, and moule frites is the thing. Like any supermarket, that's what you'd have on the menu. And I foolishly ate my first one with a fork, you know, and I was told very nicely by the person I was with, no, in Belgium we do this, so I did that all the time. And it is nice because I like to eat with my fingers, so it means I've got an excuse to lick my fingers, you know. Okay, so very roughly chopped. There's a couple here I just want to get in the middle there. Right, there you go. So that first. So we just, oh, I don't know. I'm showing. Anybody? Right, so a little bit in the middle of each one. Now remember, I'm only showing you 4 on here, so obviously I'm going to have more nuts left over because the recipe is for 8. Okay, so over there is all the other 4, which I'll do later. But watching people roll pastry is like watching paint dry, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like chopping an onion, you know, you go, oh gosh. Anyway, so I'm just putting some in the bottom. There's too many in there. Okay. Now I'll put these back into the thing here for later. A little pot. This feels like a very grown-up knife. I got this off my lovely Mr. G. So obviously everybody's feeling fine because nobody's messaged me about anything saying, oh, I'm feeling a bit down or anything. So that's, you know. We're going to get some of these and pop them in the middle. I'll show you in a second. Let me put that in the middle there. Can you see that, guys? Not necessarily too precious, but just try and keep them in the center because we're going to fold that pastry all around them. Oh. I know.
That sounds so good. I don't understand how you aren't the size of a house. When you make all these amazing things, and obviously then you have to try them to make sure.
I know, it's awful, isn't it? I spend a lot of time in the gym, except not now, because I've got a bruised ankle bone. What the heck is that? Okay, who knows what that is? Anyway, I'm piling these wonderful things up. And also, the lovely Mr. G, he's my everything that comes out of the kitchen. I just do that. He eats the stuff, you know.
But again, he's not big.
I know, but he says he is.
No,
but he's not. He's gorgeous.
Mr. G, you're not.
I love you. Make me a bigger kitchen. Right. Okay, can you see I've made a nice little pile of them. Again, the recipe for the rhubarb, you can you? Okay. The recipe for the rhubarb is for 8, so don't panic. I have got a lot left over there, so, you know. And if you have any left over, use it on something else.
Dip it in sugar and eat it.
Oh, gosh.
That was like my childhood treat.
Yeah. Did anybody else do that? Dip it in sugar and eat it? I remember sitting on the back step. Oh, I can't remember where that was, but on the back step of somewhere.
My nan had a rhubarb plant in her garden, and I used to. My dad would snap me a bit off and give me a little bowl of sugar. Like, don't tell you now.
Those days. Oh, here's a health tip as well. Don't eat the leaves. You probably already know this, but don't eat the leaves.
They've got cyanide.
Yeah, not good for you.
Yeah.
Okay, Lizzie, can you undo that, please? We've got some honey. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you very much. And I've got a little bit of vanilla here. This is Madagascan. You can get anything, but I'm just gonna, I don't want a lot, I just want a drizzle. And also this one is Nelson Macy Madagascan Bourbon Vanilla Bean Paste. And I don't think you won't be able to see this, I guess, but you can see all of the...
Oh, you can see all the seeds.
Yeah,
right?
you see all the seeds. Not hugely expensive. You get it from supermarkets, as you know, because I'm doing booths. So, but it just is a little precious taste of heaven, this. And because it's so intense, you need less. Okay, so I'm going to put that over there. I've got itchy nose. What's going on?
It's all the flour.
Oh yeah. And then I'm going to put a drizzle of honey. Actually, no, you know, I'm not. I'm going to do this first. Okay. So, because I know what will happen, the honey will all just ooze out. So I need to put this first. So get an egg. Give that a whiskey roll. I'm sure that must be a word. In fact, I called this forked the other 1.5 hours. And I got a message from Lizzie. I was writing something and I couldn't figure out, because sometimes my brain just doesn't think of words. I'm just going to put a drop of water in here. Literally a drop of water, just to loosen it up. And I couldn't think of how to describe this. I should have just said whisk with a fork, right? Don't know why I didn't. And I said forked. So I think I might have just found a new word.
And I was a little bit alarmed.
Yeah.
Like, Lee, what on earth is forking? It's forking. Oh my
Forking.
goodness.
So I've got some of this. I'm just going to, not everywhere, I want to just sort of dab it around just to help it stick. Remember, this is gluten-free flour, so you have to be a little more delicate with it, even though we've got the xanthium gum in there, because it will break up. If it does, squish it back together again. Okay, so here we go. See, that's why I want the egg wash on there, so we can get those bits. And it's not about looking uber pretty, it's a rustic dish, you know?
I'm very excited to smash this in my snack hole.
If you don't like rhubarb, that's all right. But I would suggest using fresh stuff. If you've got fruit in your fruit bowl that is, you know, you think, oh, I've only got another day with that, then use that. Look at that.
So this would be nice with like proper, like a Granny Smith's
Yeah,
apple.
apple. Absolutely brilliant with apple. I wouldn't use a citrusy thing in there. Do you know what? My phone's low on thing, so I'm going to have to charge this, which is going to be really interesting because we're now doing this through the phone. The charger is, yeah, the charger is just over there. Oh, there we go. Okay, bear with us a second, guys. So Lizzie's going to wangle this.
How do you put this in here?
Okay.
That's so clever.
Other way, I think. While she's doing that, I shall show the chicken. Can you see? Like I said before, we had a technical problem, so we're having to do this via phone. All this. That's the way. Yeah.
This is like some.
Anyway, just plug it in.
It needs to go through the thing.
There we go.
You've just taken.
I have. Let's just plug it in
Sorry,
anyway.
guys. We'll be with you momentarily.
Okay.
Apparently, I'm quite different. Semi-club person.
No, it's this thing. So it means that we're not getting the angle again. I apologise. Oh, do you know what? If anything else could go wrong today.
Don't say that.
Oh, God. I can't get that up, is it? There we go. I'll wait straight up. I'm going to have to think of, hold that or something for a moment. There you go. Yeah, fingers over the camera, that's.
There you
Right. Nope.
go. How are we?
We're not. We're not. Oh my goodness.
Do you want me to just hold it?
Yeah. Next time, Lauren, can we get on
Can you
a
see your face?
bit? Oh, sadly, you can see my face. A bit sooner, maybe. Right. So I'm bringing this together. Good job, you guys are understanding. Are you all laughing now at my ineptitude at technology? The thing is, I do everything on my phone, right? But yeah, somebody's just said rhubarb gin. Yeah. Rhubarb gin, yes. You can use any flavour in the pastry. You don't have. It doesn't have to be orange. It's just that that's the theme of today's cooking, really. Actually, that's probably better, Lizzie, because people can actually see.
Rhubarb gin.
Is it rhubarb and ginger that's out there at the moment?
It's quite popular. But I've made rhubarb gin at home.
Really? Why isn't that on my contributors website page?
Because I'd have to make it again to get your picture.
Oh dear, what a shame.
I am trying to drink less this year, but obviously the
Don't have to
homeschooling
drink it
lockdown
yourself.
situation-
You can-
Yes, I do.
Okay, so I'm going to put the teaspoon of honey in the centre there. You can see now why I wanted to just pull the pastry up first, because it would have just all squidgled out the sides, and that would have made life even more tricky than it is right now with Lizzie having to hold the.
I mean, to be fair, there is no denying that this is definitely a live
Oh.
demo.
And I think, do you know what? And this is partly why I like cooking live, because I think it makes people think that it's not as difficult as you think. You know, have a go. So what? We're having a bit of a laugh and a technical thing. It doesn't matter. Right, so more egg wash all the way around the sides. Okay. And the oven is already hot.
Oh, Kathleen, you're so lovely.
Oh, it should be nice.
With home cooking with a big smile.
Yeah, home cooking. Yeah.
With it, whilst eating it.
Get it. Forget the glass, just go for the straw.
Don't tempt me. Do you know what is nice? It's rhubarb gin with like proper old school ginger beer.
Oh,
So you get like Fentimans or Jamaica or the Frobisher's do one as well. And then it is, oh, it's so good. It's a bit dangerous though because it goes down too easily. Then when you stand up.
That's it. Too much. On the pastry, I'm just putting some of this golden caster sugar around just to give it a nice crisp, and then that's going to go in the oven for 20 minutes-ish. We'll put that on, and then we're going to get on very quickly with these sprouts.
That still looks lovely.
Yeah. Okay. So that's about 190, 180, 190 centigrade. So, Lizzie, no, because you can't, because you're holding the phone. Aha! Okay, so we've got this here happening now. Right, again, I've done a sort of a Blue Peter badge thing, which is not bad, is it?
It's good because it means I can take a full meal home and you and Mr. G can have a full meal.
Yeah,
and nothing gets wasted.
Nothing gets wasted. In fact, even this egg here, I'm going to microwave that and give that to my dog.
You've got spoiled pooch.
I know.
Mine gets that free working dog food.
Free working dog food. Oh, where's my thing with the sprouts? Okay, anyway, it's here. Lovely. All right. So, sprouts. Now, we had again another technical problem. I know it was supposed to be flour sprouts, but couldn't get any. So, on the bad side, couldn't get any. On the good side, it just goes to show that we can adapt this. You can use this recipe with kale, with anything that's green. It's really, really good. I'm just going to turn you towards, that's it. There you go. Not that I'm picky or anything, but you know.
I'm going to have one really muscly arm.
Alright, if anybody hasn't tried flour sprouts, please do. They're beautiful. Again, it's on my website and the recipe is with flour sprouts there. I don't know why I'm doing this because actually I did wash them, I just didn't take off the leaves. So I have just trimmed them. I'm not going to chop all these. I have got them all in a bowl here because, again, do you really need to know how to chop a sprout? I don't think so. So I'll just do one. Cut off the end, not too much, and then literally just slice it down into nice thick slices. Easy peasy. That's it. So here I have got lots and lots and lots. This is actually 2 packets because why not? I might not put all of them in. I also have some coconut oil. Oh, yes, look at that. Which I'm going to put into this pan here and heat up. There's a couple of tablespoons I'm going to put in. But like I said earlier, you may need more, you may need less. It has got a great flavour, this, and it's a little bit better for you than ordinary oils, I think. If it's not, please tell me. I like the flavour of it. Could move that chicken over there. Oh God, I keep walking past this chicken. It's just beautiful. Stay there, you. I'm going to eat you later.
No, you're not. No.
Okay, let that melt. Okay. And while that is melting, I shall show you another trick. We've got some booze shallots. I'm laughing because I want to make a joke. Every time...
No, please don't.
I can't help it. I have to say it. That shallot. I'm only going to chop one because I've chopped them. I've prepped them in advance. Again, paint dry, you know. So you need quite a lot of shallots. Okay? Never heard of flour sprouts. Oh, can you... Talk about making your eyes water. Yeah.
Literally my eyes watering from over
Yeah. They're beautiful flour sprouts. Have a look and look on the Boo's website. They're absolutely fabulous. What are you laughing at, Lauren? Because everything's going wrong. I know, but it's live and it's fun. It's good. Okay, so I'm going to cut them into very, very, very small pieces. Okay. And then I'm going to pop them into the oil. Now I've got a lot of shallots because it adds to the flavour. Okay, so I've used 4, possibly 5 very big shallots. Let it sizzle and then turn it down. Oh, I can smell it. Look at that. Is that not one of the most beautiful things?
Amazing.
I know. Do you not think it looks
bonsai tree?
Yeah. Or, you know, seaweed.
Seaweed gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Does it? We only need about this much. It's about 1.5 inches, is that right? Here's the tip.
I love this tip.
Yeah. Don't get a peeler on it. Don't bother. Get a spoon. You were loving that, Charlotte. Thank you. That's the only joke I know, and I say every time. And just scrape the ginger. Okay, that's all you need to do. Don't go all techie on you and get a peeler. It is the easiest way and less wasteful way. So that's another Tuesday tip. Remind you, if you've got any tips at all, food or kitchen tips, then please, please, please let me know. Okay. Right. And I'm gonna. Where's my grater gone? Oh, here it is. Here it is. I'm going to grate this directly into the pan. If you wanted big bites of it, you could just chop it up, but no, it's just supposed to add a subtle flavour to the dish. This is one of the best tools ever. I swear to God. I think that cooking tools now are getting more accessible to people and less expensive.
There are certain retailers, aren't there, that have...
Yeah.
I mean, some things still seem a bit crackers, but
yeah,
there's a lot of... I've had a few things from one particular place
yeah,
that have been really good.
Okay, so that's the ginger in there. Okay, now here's another tip. I want to put a chilli in, but I've just taken this out the freezer deliberately. Yes.
Whoa.
Grate it.
That is such a good idea.
Yeah. Okay. Couple of things, right? It's not going to make you cry so much because it's frozen. And also you can get tiny, you don't get big chunks of chilli.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I love the flavour of chilli, but when you just chop it to put in a curry or something, obviously as soon as you bite into that piece...
Yeah. And that was quite a big chilli, so I'm not going to use all of it, but it's up to you. Again, it's to your taste, but that's probably the best tip of the day, I think.
It smells absolutely incredible.
Yeah. And, you know, if you buy chilies, Mr. D made this fabulous chili jam at Christmas for everybody. And
What's yours?
you can't have any.
It's one of my favourite things.
I need some garlic. What have I done with the garlic?
Oh, it's here.
Oh, there it is.
Sorry.
Okay. She's trying to piece of garlic. Okay. Again, yeah, if you buy chilies, I bought packs and packs of chilies for 9p. And yeah, because there was just, the date was like the next day, and we put them into the freezer.
Okay, see, I've done that with bananas before.
Yeah.
For smoothies and things.
Yeah.
And then I was watching Saturday morning
For
Best
ice cream.
Bites. Yeah, with creme fraiche.
Did you not know that?
No. Where has that been all my life?
God, how did people not know this? You love the chili tip. Thank you, Lauren. Okay, so we've got one giant thing of garlic. And guess what I'm going to do? Well, I'm going to wash this first because I've just dropped it. Although, you know, see. Again, grate it. That's why this is a fabulous, fabulous tip. And then you're not going to get chunks of it.
Spoil spot.
Yeah, I know. Again, as much or as little as you want. Now I'm only putting one garlic clove because it's giant, okay? And also, I want the sprouts to come through. Now, I'm going to bring this over because I want you to see the colour of this.
Oh, look at that.
So they've softened up in the coconut oil. They're not brown, but they've got colour because of the rest of the ingredients, okay? And this is the really difficult bit, this.
Oh, it smells so nice.
This is the tricky bit, okay? You have to put all these sprouts in. It's a devil. It's a devil to walk from one side up to the other, okay? And then I'm going to turn that up again. This is why I've left this particular dish to last, because this is how long it takes.
Oh.
Yeah, it's because it's perfect. Anybody, hands up, does anybody hate sprouts? I mean,
Oh, I love sprouts.
I can't understand. I mean, I remember sprouts when I was little being soggy, overcooked, boiled. I think Terry Wogan used to have this, not that you remember Terry Wogan.
Of course I remember Terry Wogan.
He used to have this thing, like a joke, and I think he said about October you're supposed to put your sprouts on.
That is my memory of them.
Yeah, horrible. And I never, ever, ever boil my sprouts. Now let that cook pretty high. Again, if you get some caramelisation, even better. Let's talk about cooking sprouts. So don't boil them. Do not even boil them. I mean, what is the point?
I blanch mine, but then I'll like just fry them off with some bacon
Oh,
and
okay.
salt and...
Yeah, okay. I think I mean boil like in...
Oh no, not
Yeah.
decimate.
And also, you know, all you need to do is cut the end off, okay? I mean, once you've washed them all and things like that, or you can wash them after the leaves are. Do not put a cross in the bottom. I think that's an old wives' tale, isn't it? Putting a cross in the bottom.
I remember my mother used to.
Yeah, my mum
she
used to
also
do it.
used to like murder the veg.
Yeah. So putting it across in the bottom opens that up, which means more liquid gets inside, which means the middle bit gets soggy. So when you bite into it, it's like this.
Bitter juice,
Oh
isn't
God,
it?
it's disgusting. It's like this juicy, horrible thing.
Lauren loves sprouts.
Good. So that's, you know, and fry them with anything. You can put bacon in this if you want to. Now, deliberately didn't because we've got bacon in the chicken. And remember, these two are going to go together.
There's no such thing as too much bacon.
There isn't. And that's on a high heat because I'm hoping it's going to get caramelised. And also, put these into, wrap them in foil, like get some foil on your thing. Put your prepared sprouts in, bit of oil, bit of salt, bit of pepper, okay? And put them in the oven to bake.
Ooh.
Gorgeous. If you want them in the oven, not in foil, that's great. Put them in an oven-proof dish, salt, pepper again, a little bit of oil. Don't have to go crazy with oil, just to get it going. And then that's another way. There's so many ways to cook sprouts that don't involve.
I would never have thought of baking them.
Oh, they're gorgeous. And I make them like that when the you know, the outer leaves here get all black.
Yeah.
So again, caramelisation, but they don't taste burnt. They're just really, really gorgeous. So I'm letting that's on a really high heat, okay? Because I want it sort of to catch a bit. Pepper. Ooh, a lot of pepper.
So Lee has shares in a pepper factory.
And Malden salt, give it a squidge. It's flavour, not bitter.
The smell is so good.
Again, that's to your taste, how much salt, pepper is in there. Now it's all starting to go sort of browny on the bottom, which is lovely. They're coming on nicely. So we've done that. What was I going to say? Oh yes, we've got some almonds in here. So these are. Yeah. So these were just chopped almonds, and what I did last night was get a nice big frying pan, heat it up, no oil, pour the almonds in. And then don't take your eyes off them because they go from white
just
to...
toast them.
Yeah, just toast them. They go from white to, oh my God, I've got a fire in my kitchen really quickly.
They've got quite a lot of oil in, haven't they?
Yeah. So you don't want really any colour on them, you just want to have them less white, if that makes sense. And also they become soft, crispy rather than all soft and soggy. So, and they keep in, if you do lots of them, again, like I said, you do lots and then you can put them on salads, you know, anything. And I wouldn't put these in a smoothie actually, but They're just fab. Use them instead of croutons on your salads or in your soup. Sprinkle on the top. On tomato soup, almonds are really nice. Homemade tomato soup.
Yeah, I always go for cheese.
Oh, well, you're a cheese fiend.
I am.
You're cheesy fiend.
But I do love nuts in salad.
Yeah, cheesy fiend.
Nuts, blue cheese.
See, I'm just going to move all of this away because we're going to be serving up soon.
I'm very excited for this.
I'm sort of scraping the bottom now of the pan, which doesn't sound like a good thing, but it is. All those shallots, all nicely sort of like getting stuck to everything, all the flavours all over. Some of the sprouts are starting to get a little bit charred. So let me get rid of some of this and then we can look at what it all looks like together.
I've got a twitch in my arm, so sorry if the camera's shaking a bit, guys.
Okay. Smell those now, it's fab. Alright.
It smells incredible. So I never would have thought of putting things like chilli and ginger with sprouts, but actually, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, why wouldn't you? It's fabulous. Can you see those? Just some of them are sort of caught on the bottom.
Looks amazing.
Deliberately caught on the bottom. I'm going to put them in this massive pot. Just because I like it, really. Oh my goodness. And I'm scraping all of those charred bits off. That's going to go over there. The lovely Mr. G will be washing that soon, if he ever gets back. So that's what they look like. And then, oh my God, I'm hungry now. And then I'm just going to sprinkle some of those over the top. So we've got sprouts that are not soft, but they're not crunchy. They're just
like al dente.
Yeah, but yeah, just. And then we've got these wonderful almonds. So there's that. Let's see what else we've got. Oh, I can touch it now. Then we've got this chicken to go with it. How gorgeous is that? And let's see what these are like. Because if they're not done properly, we'll have to just talk for a few minutes. Oh,
no, they look pretty good.
They do look good. We're going to give it just a few more minutes. Oh my gosh. Let me move these out the way.
We should just have a gin.
Well, I just happen to have some gin. Lauren, you haven't put anything on here about the chickens you have in your shop, which is, I'm going to try the cheese or almonds on soup tip. Thanks, Lee and Lizzie. Ah.
It's really good with a crumbly cheese like a Wensleydale or a Lancashire or a Cheshire, but really mature cheddar, if you grate it, works really well too.
Lizzie is the only person I know, and I know that there are more out there, she's the only person I know who has a qualification in cheese.
It's a genuine thing. In the
Yeah,
world of fine food.
I think it's a genuine thing. I just think you made it up.
I've got a certificate and everything. I got a diploma with distinction.
Okay, so one more thing I'm going to do while we're doing this. So mascarpone. Now, you know, I'm a cheese fan. I mean, I'm a cream fan.
I like mascarpone though.
But I thought it would be just a little bit different to have this with orange zest. So there's a zest of, I think there's 1.5 oranges in there.
Is that to go with the...
That is to dog on my tongue. I like that. I'm filthy, thank you. Okay, so, oh my God, this, I mean, I don't know how this works, but it just does. Okay, so look at that.
Yes.
Obviously, can I just say for medical reasons, if you want to use low-fat Greek yogurt, you can.
It just needs to be something quite thick, I guess,
It
doesn't it?
does. If you're going to use cream, I would suggest you use double cream and whip it. I shouldn't say this really, but whipping cream for me gets too aerated. So double cream whipped. For me, that's just me. So I'm just, literally, that's all I'm going to do. And then I'm going to not only do that, but you see this fabulous vanilla? With behave. With the vanilla seeds in it, just add a little bit of that.
I can't believe you didn't go with the joke for mascarpone.
I don't know the joke for mascarpone. What's the joke for mascarpone? Have I missed a joke. Well, a food. Go on then.
How does a cheesemaker hide a horse?
Oh. God, that's ridiculous. I love it. Maybe we should have people sending jokes in.
Dad jokes.
Yeah, dad jokes are the best one. Okay, I'm going to just give that a little taste because, of course, I am.
That's nice. You could put a little bit of gin in that. Like just a little splash, obviously, because otherwise it would be too loose, wouldn't it? Loose.
Okay, I think that needs just a bit more vanilla. I'm only trying it for you guys. It's not because I'm, enjoying it or anything. It's purely professional.
She lies like a cheap watch, doesn't she, though?
Cheap watch.
I've not heard that before.
Oh, it's a cheap one. That's awesome. I'm not going to double dip. I'm going to get another spoon. Although it's only me who's eating it, so...
I would.
That is perfect. Okay. Again, to your taste. Right, now, let me get these out of the oven.
Very excited for these.
Oh!
I'm so cute.
I mean, how brilliant is that? Shush. Wow. Okay. You'll put it off. Wow.
Oh, these
Look
are amazing.
at those. And actually not one leak as well, which,
With gluten-free pastry particularly, I'm very impressed.
exactly, because it does tend to break up, so that's what they look like. And I am just literally, well, and they move as well, so I can put them on dishes, but I just want to leave them on there because I think they look quite pretty on there. You can see they're not stuck or anything. So I'm literally just going to dollop that on, and should just all sort of melt and, oh, gosh. Yeah, baby.
Wow.
Too much? No?
A little bit. Yeah. You get into like Nigella territory.
Oh,
At least you haven't used the microwave.
I'm sorry.
You know Nigella Lawson? I love her. She's like an icon. She described the microwave as the microwave. I think she's trying to make it posh.
Yeah.
I love her.
There's a shop in the States called Target, and there's a whole thing that goes Target.
Yeah.
So that is that. And you know what? Just because I have them, and just because to show you that you can use them on anything, just going to put a few nuts, toasted almonds on top of those to add a little bit extra crunch.
Should we put him in a Diet Coke next?
Don't they look wonderful? So let's just recap. So we've got supposedly spicy flour sprouts, but we just got sprouts, okay? Sprouts with ginger, shallots and almonds. Oh, my gosh. We've got this chicken here, which is a whole roast chicken, which has got garlic, orange and bacon to die for, okay? And look at that juice, guys. I'm sorry, just look at that. You don't need to add anything to that. I mean, just have this with that.
Some crusty bread to dip in.
Yeah, or bathe in it. And this is, and I can't quite remember what the full name is, but it is rhubarb and pistachio galette with gin, orange gluten-free pastry.
Finished with
mascarpone with orange, and then because we had some almonds left over, we had that. So that's that. But I want to tell you, because we've got a minute, I want to tell you about Foodie Book Club. Please, please, please sign up and have a look at it. It's all free and it helps everybody. It helps the emotional well-being of everybody. Because if you're in lockdown, like the whole world is at the moment, just knowing that other people are connecting with me is really important to me, and that's what Foodie Book Club is all about. Come to our Twitter hour, Wednesday 6 till 7, Foodie Book Club hour.
Yep.
Does that feel like I've just had a gin? No, I haven't really. I haven't had anything. I'm just full of head stuff now talking about it. And I think that's it. And thank you to Lizzie from Lizzie from Peachy Digital. So she's the all technical thing, and she does marketing and PR for us all for nothing, and she's awesome. And thank you to Booths for partnership with Foodie Book Club. Thank you, partnership with Foodie Book Club. And please send us any questions. Please email and spread the word, and come back again next month, because I think we're going to be doing one of these every month, unless Booths hate us. But okay, I've got to go now. Thank you very much. Bye.